All right, hockey fans, there is the buzzer. We are going to go ahead and get started here momentarily. They gather up the pucks and get ready for game number 3 in the Spartacats Spectacular Championship Tournament. We have the Moundsview Irondale Mavericks against the Egan Inver Grove Spartacats. They've gotten themselves hyped up. They're coming up to the center dot. It'll be Freihammer pressing. Keegan Boostrom, Torkelson, and Violet St. Denis. I'm sorry, Brewski. Starting the game. Puck thrown back off the end boards, retrieved by Torkelson. She brings it around. Keegan looked to exit it, but had it flicked off. Sticked away by Kira as they centered it towards the goal mouth. Brewski carries it up into the offensive zone. Pinched off there as they battle two aside. Puck stays in there. And it finally pops free. Freihammer looked to grab it. It was picked up by Torkelson. She passes D to D to Keegan and throws it up and out as it goes down and is retrieved, but will go far enough for an icing. .11 on the clock. First period. Face-off. One back by Moundsview. They ring it around and look for an exit there as St. Denis pursued the puck. It gets thrown back behind the net. Chipped up off the boards and carried out by Couture, who has it knocked off her stick at the blue line and held in. But she regains possession and carries it out. Throws it off a defender. Violet St. Denis in on pursuit. She went down into the wall. She's slow to get up as Bailey flips it in, and Violet's looking to get to the bench to get a change. The puck is picked up and thrown towards center, where it comes to Bailey and back to Eleanor. She grabs the puck and throws it deep. Hendrickson in with some speed, gets it, throws it on net. Saved by the Spartacats goalie. Thrown back towards the cage by Eleanor. It pops free to Kenna in the corner. Two defenders on her. They chip it up towards the blue line. Hendrickson pinched off nicely there to keep it in. Cross-ice pass as they look for an exit. Eleanor angles it back. And Bailey goes for a retrieval. She throws it up off the boards. And it comes back in where Bailey grabs it and slings it down the ice. Played by the goalie and hit to the corner. Might have been an icing if it had gone wide of the net. Hendrickson off the backhand, throws it back towards the net. Keegan grabs the puck and reverses it towards the Spartacat blue line where they grab it. Hendrickson challenged at center as they battle looking to get entry. And it trickles in, but picked up by the Spartacats. Freihammer on the forecheck. Pressured her through the neutral zone. Puck shot from the wide angle. Kira blockered it down to the ice. As the puck comes out of the zone. And Moundsview goes for a change with Mara applying pressure to let her teammates change. Spartacats carry it at the blue line. And it's shipped out by Torkelson. And here comes Kenna with some speed up the left wing. Around a defender, looks for a backhand pass. It goes around behind the net and gets circled back around. She reverses, where she's pinched off there by Kenna. They bring it towards the front of the net. Challenged there by Brewski. The puck comes free as Couture looks to pinch. It goes to St. Denis at the point. She bodies off the person going for a poke check there and sends it deep. Cross ice pass, challenged at the line and knocked in offsides. It did get out of the zone and whistled for an offsides. We'll have a neutral zone faceoff. .751 to play in the first. Face-off at the Spartacat blue line in the neutral zone. Won by the Spartacats back to their left D. They exit the zone, but then it's held there and thrown back in. And it looks like we have a penalty call. We have a trip on the Spartacats. Mounds View will go on the first power play of the game. With Couture at left wing, Freihammer at center, Prussing at right wing, Eleanor at left D, and Bailey at right D. She throws it off the end boards, picked up behind, back up to the point. Eleanor looks to throw it towards the net. It's deflected off a defender's stick and into the corner. She lost an edge. Two players go down. The puck is there, tangled in the mess of bodies. Freihammer back to her feet, carries it, centers towards Couture, thrown towards the net, but wide. And the puck goes down the length of the ice. That will go far enough for icing. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. 7:13 left to play in the first period. As they get set and ready for the faceoff. One to the right wing. Torkelson picks it up from the right D position, comes towards the dots, throws it in front, chipped up into the air and into the glove for a cover. Right faceoff draw forthcoming. Stella Gray Hendrickson and Kenna are our forwards, with Keegan Boostrom at D, along with Mila Torkelson. Puck comes to the corner at the half wall, challenge there. Three Mounds View players there. Throw it back towards center, where it's carried out by the Spartacats. Kira steers the puck to the side for her teammate to play. Mila picks it up there, looks for an exit pass, chipped out by Kenna off her stick, and then deflects off of her leg as Spartacats look to gain possession. It goes rink wide. Mila picks it up, looks for an exit. Challenge there. Rink wide pass, dangerous pass, almost intercepted. Picked up there by Keegan as the puck is pinned up against the wall. It comes free to the dots. Shot and gloved down by Kira, who covers it and gets the whistle. She gloved that cleanly. 6:09 left to play in the first period. Right face-off in the defensive zone for Mounds View forthcoming. Face-off won by Mounds View. Chipped towards the blue line and kicked out nicely by Emma. Pressing in on the forecheck aggressively. Brewski in behind as well as they challenge, looking to gain possession. It comes behind the Spartacat net. They carry out. Up the wing, challenge there by Freihammer on the stick check. And thrown towards the MVI blue line, but back towards center. She passes it up off the boards. Chipped in. As they look to go rink wide, it's intercepted there by Emma and picked up by Hannah. She throws it off her backhands towards the corner. And it comes up the boards. Held in nicely there on a good challenge by Pressing. Down to the deck there was Brewski. And the puck on a rink-wide pass just misses. Krebsbach goes back to pick it up, goes D to D over to St. Denis. They had it bounce off her stick back towards the Mounds View net. Throws it up the wing, and they chip it out. Where Kenna will go for a retrieval, but it does go far enough for an icing, and we'll be back down on a defensive zone draw. Left face-off dot as they line up to Kira's right. One back towards the point, shot on net and covered. As they prepare for the face-off, puck is down, one back by Mounds View. Picked up there by Eleanor. She goes behind the net, bounces it up. Couture chips it off the boards to herself. Supported there by Kenna. They get the puck out of the zone and chip it out towards center ice. Picked up in the neutral zone. Eleanor bounces it off the boards, and they come back, ping-ponging the puck. And the puck moves towards the corner. They look for a centering pass, but it's deflected. Save and then chipped away by the defense. Eleanor to the corner. She throws it up off the boards. Well, it's picked up there as they battle for possession, and it comes free down the length, and that will go far enough for another icing call. 4:33 remaining in the first period. Chip towards the net. Back to the D, thrown towards the net again, and picked up there by Freihammer before it got to the net. She takes it around, gains some speed, up and throws the puck off of a Spartacat defender. Hendrickson in on an aggressive forecheck. They look to go around behind and challenge there. Freihammer gained possession, but then lost it down to the corner boards. Thrown up towards the blue line where it's held by Keegan. She throws it towards the net. Freihammer lifted a skate to let it get through. Hendrickson fighting for it. Puck is loose by the circle. Up to the point. Torkelson grabs it and throws it towards the net. Chipped into the air by a Spartacats defender. Up towards the wall. Looking for an exit, and it comes out. And Keegan is back challenging as it goes towards the net, but not on net. And chipped away. Chipped up into the air. Keegan grabs it there and throws it up towards the blue line where it's held. And they battle for possession. Thrown towards the net. Hendrickson settled it down and threw it off the backhand, but couldn't get it clear. Torkelson threw it up towards the wing. Chipped into the air and then thrown back in by the Spartacats. Keegan grabs possession and throws it up the boards towards Stella, who chips it out of the zone. Where Kenna on the forecheck looks to challenge it at the center line and does. She chips it deep as Mounds View goes for a 5-skater change here with the puck entered deep. The Spartacats coming out with some possession and some speed. Walks around an aggressive check there and passed it towards center where it was intercepted, and Mounds View regains possession. The puck is then steered out. Freihammer bounces it off the boards and in with speed. She goes to retrieve it. Bodies off the puck. Backhand pass. Nice play. Couldn't connect with Brewski, who was there. Krebsbach gets it at center. Throws it back towards Freihammer, who picks it up off her forehand. Lost it as she came in, but stays with it and battles along the boards. Puck is steered back in as Pressing comes in on the forecheck. and pinched off there nicely by Brewski along the half wall. They battle to a side, looking to get the puck out. But Mounds View gumming up the works, and the puck is thrown in behind. Rings it around the boards. Freihammer there on the forecheck. Brewski picks it up, carries it in to the slot, throws it on net, and it's stick to the side. Brewski in again, looking for a wraparound, reverses. Check from behind, arm is in the air as the Spartacats continue to whack for it. And we have a cross check on the Spartacats. That's going to be 1 minute for a cross check on number 11. And we'll get an offensive zone faceoff on the right dot with a man advantage for 1 minute with 54.3 seconds left to play in the first period. Faceoff. Won by the Spartacats, and they throw the puck down the ice. That will go far enough for an icing. But a good face-off win and a clear. Kills about 4 seconds off the penalty. Face-off forthcoming. Puck is down. Freihammer battles for it. Gains possession, shoots it on net. Glove cleanly and held by the Spartacats goalie. So we'll do it again. 47.3 remaining in the first. D-to-D pass. Eleanor skates it in, looking for a shot. Went hard along the ice. Chipped clean. Couture throws it off her backhand. Picked up there by Kenna. She reverses, looking for a centering pass. Up towards Bailey, who holds it at the point. She throws it from the outside wide. Eleanor picks it up there. It's thrown back in by Couture. Held at the line here. Dreon threw it left of the cage. Picked up there, thrown up towards the blue line, and it bounces off the wall and past. That will go far enough for an icing with 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Mounds View still on the power play. For what I presume is another 16 seconds, though it's not up on the board right now. Face off. Battled for. Won by Mounds View. Freihammer fires it just off the outside of the cage. Shipped towards the net. Comes free. Thrown towards the blue line where it's held, and time expires. Nice hard shot, dangerous opportunity to end the first period. 0-0 tie as we head to the second. Start of the second period is forthcoming as the ref skates back to the circle, checks with the goalies, they are ready, and the puck is down. Freihammer loses the face-off as the wing came in to help her center for the Spartacats. They throw it towards the net, stick to the corner by Kira, ringed around as Moundsview looks to exit the zone. They throw it towards the net, off the end boards. Krebsbach fanned on an exit attempt there, chips it in the air. As Stella looks to send it out, Krebsbach comes back for it. Thrown towards the net and stick to the side by Hendrickson. And it comes out towards the wing. Hendrickson coming up to challenge an entry pass. Moundsview picks it up there, thrown back towards the center. Nobody home as Krebsbach comes out with time and space and carries it up. Forced to the outside, she gets around a defender, throws it up off the blocker and off the stick actually, and goes into the corner. Thrown up on an exit pass, back into traffic, towards the center, down to the ground. And the puck is chipped deep, where it's picked up by Krebsbach, who had time but threw it towards the blue line. Bailey threw it up to Hendrickson, chips it, and here comes Kenna with some speed. She chips it down deep. As the Spartacats look to carry it out, but they're challenged along the boards. Held in nicely by Bailey, but had it deflected away from her. And they're in. Challenged by Eleanor, stick to side by Kira, and Eleanor comes and picks up the puck there. Moundsview looking to clear the zone, and is able to, and they throw the puck back down deep.
Sorry.
You're fine. Puck comes out towards the blue line, but thrown back and then carried out towards the center. Bouncing shot, gloved by Kira and held. Defensive zone faceoff coming up. 9:37 left to play in the first. 0-0 remains our score. Freihammer on the faceoff. Puck is down. She bodies it off. Boxes out the defender. It's one back to the D. They go D to D. Torkelson waited for it and then throws it up patiently. It's chipped out. And Freihammer's on with speed. Keegan goes back to retrieve it. She looks, goes D to D. Torkelson had it roll off her stick as she looked to exit. Thrown towards Kira. Back towards the low slot. Chipped and covered. With 9:11 remaining in the first. Right face zone, right offensive zone face-off draw coming to Kira's left. Kenna wins the face-off back to the wing. Krebsbach ringed it around. Hendrickson on the challenge at the forecheck towards the blue line, thrown towards the net. Stick to the corner by Kira. Into the corner. Keegan threw it around and picked up there by Hendrickson. She skates through contact, pushes the puck in, thrown back up towards the blue line, and it does clear. So Lucy goes D to D over to Krebsbach. She throws it up. It's chipped in off of Stella's stick. And the Spartacats look to exit, but a nice stick there intercepts the pass. Reading the play really well there was Kenna Boostrom. She's in the corner working, 1-on-3. She throws it up, held by Lucy at the line, and thrown back deep. Rings around behind the net, where Kenna battles. It comes free. Stella threw it towards the slot where Piper was waiting, but unable to get the puck settled in time to get a shot. She threw it off her backhand. And the Spartacats come in with speed. looking for a centering pass, challenged nicely there. Way to not give up on the play there for Krebsbach. Comes free to Hendrickson and then intercepted by the Spartacats. They throw it, but it was intercepted there by Freihammer. Rings around, jumps over the stick towards the blue line, held in, and thrown back deep. Rings it around the board there, and it comes up to the left side and out towards the blue line, but not out. Now out. Hannah in on a race here and will get there. She looks, throws it back towards the bench, but 4 skaters were going for a change. Thrown back towards the net and then thrown all the way down. That will go the length of the ice for an icing. 7:04 to play in the second period. 0-0 remains our score. Faceoff is battled for in the corner. Dreon challenged him at the blue line and held it in. Sent back deep. Prusting goes to retrieve her stick and gets back into the play. As the Spartacats look to exit the zone, they are able to chip it out. Up the right wing. Thrown from outside. Wide. Off the boards. Brewski looking to carry it out and does. As Kenna gets it and carries it through the zone. On net, sticked aside, and picked up by the Spartacats, who look to exit and come with speed. Freihammer on the back check. Good hustle there, forcing a dump-off play, and Kira off the end boards just covers for a face-off. 6:02 remaining in the second period. Left dot face-off coming in the Mavericks defensive zone, the Spartacats offensive zone. It'll be Freihammer, winged by Hendrickson and Violet St. Denis. Keegan and Couture in on defense. The puck goes behind the net, looking for a centering pass. Intercepted there. Keegan up off the boards and down. Icing is waved off. Couture in on the forecheck, battling for possession. Causes a turnover there. And Violet challenges as they look to exit the zone. They throw it back on net, wide of the goal. Picked up there by Couture. She circles. And the puck comes towards the blue line, where it's held by Torkelson. She throws it down deep behind the net. Violet St. Denis in on the forecheck, challenging. She takes possession. They battle 2 aside as they look for an exit. And the puck comes towards the neutral zone. And carried in and behind. Bounced off the boards. Stella picked it up there. Goes to Mila, who throws it down behind. Recovered behind the net by Kenna. And the Spartacats clear the puck. Arm goes up. That will go far enough for an icing and will come back down for another offensive zone faceoff. 4:32 remaining in the second period. Kenna on the faceoff. Wins it to the corner. It's thrown back by Lucy from the point. Behind the net is Stella. She cycles. Brings it back towards center. Threw it towards center. Just off of Hendrickson's stick. Krebsbach dumped it deep. Now it's picked up there. Loose to Hendrickson. She throws it and scores! a good offensive zone possession play. The puck came loose to Hendrickson just outside the right face-off circle. She fired it. I don't think the goalie saw it. Beat her to the right pad. Nice shot, nice goal. 1-0 Mavericks with 4:02 to play. Puck on the face-off comes back towards the D and thrown deep by the Spartacats. Picked up there by Eleanor. She passes it to Freihammer, who bounces it off her backhand off the boards. Brewski picked it up there. Couldn't get it out. Thrown towards the net. Wide. Eleanor goes for a retrieval. Has it go past Mara, but she's on her horse, challenging for the puck. Picked up there. Good hustle play to create pressure, forcing them to play that. D-to-D rink-wide pass. Eleanor bounces it off the boards into the offensive zone and chips it past the D. And again, now it's chipped in as the Spartacats go for a change. A couple of tired skaters get off the ice. Brewski with the puck off the boards, bumps it out. Shields it well with their body, but backhand pass picked up by the Spartacats, thrown in on net by Kira, and covered. Into the chest, rebounded in front of her, and she dove down to cover it quickly. .302 remaining in the second period. Face-off. Won by the Spartacats. Left wing came in looking for a play there, but was challenged nicely by the D, and the puck is cleared. They reverse back and throw it back towards center. Challenged in the neutral zone. Players losing their edges all over the place. Carried in. Couture skates through contact. Into the slot. Fires it hard off of the pad. Picked up there. Boostrom threw it back off her backhand. Prussing had it bounce away from her. Couture has it there. Puck is thrown deep as the puck chips up in the air and comes out of the zone. Picked up there. Challenged nicely by the defense. In on Kira, who covers it, leaving no rebound as there was a player lurking on her back door. .212 to play. Freihammer on the face-off circle. Won by the Spartacats, but challenge there. Comes to the corner. Picked up there by Krebsbach. She throws it up to Hendrickson. Puck comes towards the blue line, but backhanded back in towards the low slot. Stick kick save there by Wright. Thrown back towards center again, towards the slot, wide, and picked up by Freihammer, who carries it out with some speed. It comes back in, and Kira gets it on her stick and covers. 1:42 remaining, 1-0 our score, as both sides change all 5 skaters. Actually, the Spartacats just brought their three forwards over for some coaching, maybe calling a play off of this offensive zone faceoff. Kenna has the puck bounce off of the ref's leg. Kira sticks it to the corner, allowing for an exit play. Knocked down out of midair. Nice stick there by Eleanor to take it off her backhand and chip it towards the blue line. The puck is out. And Brewski puts her head down and skates hard after it. Bodied off the puck nicely by the Spartacat player. Here comes Kenna with time and space. She throws it a little high. Moundsview battling in the corner along the boards. But the Spartacats come out with possession, take it behind their net, towards the right boards. And it goes back into the corner. Up the left boards now as the Spartacats come out. They throw it from behind the red line, arm is up, and it will go down far enough for icing. 47.3 remaining in the second. Right offensive zone draw forthcoming for Mounds View. It'll be Freihammer on the faceoff. Torkelson and Keegan at defense. Violet and Couture at the wings. Puck is pinned against the boards. Battled out. Sticked away by Torkelson. Rink wide pass. Miss. And thrown back in by the Spartacats. Good defensive play there to knock it out of midair. Couture comes in on the forecheck, looking to clear the puck, but it's chipped back deep on the challenge by the Spartacats. They battle along the half wall, and here comes Freihammer with some space. She goes down, and the puck is thrown back in as time expires. We will enter the third period with a 1-0 score, Mounds View leading after 2. Face-off comes to the right boards, picked up there by Hendrickson. She carries it in with some speed, throws it from the dots, and gloved cleanly by the goalie. She holds it for a face-off. Right wing draw coming up. Boostrom on the face-off circle, flanked by Gray and Hendrickson. Eleanor and Dreon at the defensive position, comes back to the center. Kind of tried to get a shot, but it was deflected into the air. Comes back towards the point, thrown deep by Eleanor. Picked up there by the Spartacats. They look to exit. Misses on the pass. Bailey has it in her skates, but can't get a stick on it. Comes towards the blue line. Chipped out, and it will go far enough for icing with 11:22 as we bring it back down for another face-off. Face-off won by Freihammer. Up to the defense. Off the stick there. Torkelson skating back hard. Nice challenge there by Pressing on the back check. Torkelson carries it up. Turn the puck over. Sticked aside by Kira into the corner. Point blank shot. Saved by Kira. Picked up there. Freihammer coming out with speed and space. Odd man if they hustle. She gets through the defender. Backhand shot. Deflected up. Nice glove save there to knock that puck over the crossbar by the Spartacats goalie. That was labeled for the upper 90. She got the top of her glove on it and knocked it high. Puck comes towards the wall and chipped out towards center, deflected by Torkelson. Mounds View defender lost an edge, and that allows an opportunity here behind the net, thrown towards the front. Violet carries it up at the blue line. The puck comes out. It's carried and chipped and battled. They battle two aside here. Lots of whacking, but no progress, and it finally comes free. Lucy goes rink wide to Couture, who picks it up with some space. She carries it in, throws it down, picked up there by the Spartacats. She reverses, but runs into a trap there behind the net. Violet challenging. Puck goes down. Arm is up. Will it get far enough for icing? It looks like it might. Nope, waved off there. Banked up off the boards and then chipped out by Freihammer. Couture in on the forecheck as the puck is thrown back deep. It's chipped up into the air. Freihammer picks it up there, dusts it off and carries it out with possession. Thrown towards the blue line and then back the other direction. Carried in by the Spartacats. A little bit of contact there. Freihammer went down. The Spartacat player did not. They let him play on. Puck comes to the neutral zone. Hendrickson challenged there. Players dumped all over the place. Hits a shot into the leg. Hendrickson chips it off the boards. Plays it towards herself. Comes through some contact. Chip back towards her. She loses an edge and goes down. Gray challenging on the forecheck. Looking to clear the zone. And did not get out before Eleanor threw it back in. That allows for some tired skaters to get off the ice on both sides. As we line up for another face-off here, 8:42 remaining to play in the third period. Mounds View up 1-0. You have Prussing, Kenna, and Brewski at the forwards. Keegan and Torkelson at the D. Flipped into the zone by Torkelson. Looking for an exit there is the Spartacats. They look for a rink-wide pass and up towards the wing. Shot, blocker save wide by Kira. On a good hard shot. Picked up there. Kenna gets it from inner skates. Challenging. Puck is loose there. Brewski picks it up as she comes in on the trailer, but recovered nicely by the Spartacats as they cover out. Challenged on the forecheck by Prussing. Trying to carry it through, walks through. Shot low, hard, and saved by Kira. And the puck comes up and out. Five-a-side change here. And chip back into the zone. Angled off there. Freihammer back on the forecheck. They look for a centering pass off of her skate. It goes behind the net. And the puck is down. And we have a penalty called on, it looks like Freihammer is going to the box on a body check or something. Let's see what the signal is. Roughing is the signal. So 7:32 remaining. Mounds View on the penalty kill. Couture in the face-off circle. She wins it and carries it out. Clears the zone on the check. Krebsbach regains possession of the puck, and the puck is cleared by Couture. She skates in on the forecheck. Dangerous pass intercepted there by Kenna. Interference! Face off here in the near circle. Face off is down, chipped in, and then chipped back out. As a backhand pass is thrown, and Kira makes the save and holds. .6:52 remaining, 1-0 remains the score. Face off, back towards the point. Thrown on net, sticked aside by Kira. And she made the save, and the second save, and the puck is cleared. A little bit of a scramble there. Puck goes in deep as Eleanor goes in to challenge, wins the battle, and the puck is thrown back up towards the point. They shoot it from the point. Kira kicks it wide and thrown back up. Penalty is over as Stella comes off the bench and carried back in by the Spartacats. She goes wide, pinned to the boards there in the corner. They battle to a side. As the puck comes towards the line, Hendrickson chipped it off the backhand wide, into the corner, into the sticks, and into the skates. Thrown back up towards the point, thrown from the point, and Kira tracks it and catches it with her glove. 5:42 remaining. Timeout called, Mounds View, with 5:42 remaining, getting their players a break and settling some things down as they hold on to a 1-0 lead. All right, timeout is almost over. Sorry if I blew anybody's eardrums there. I clicked into dad fan mode for a second and was a little bit upset. They called offsides when somebody was trying to exit the zone and had a player directly skating into them to prevent them from exiting, which is a textbook definition of interference. Face-off coming. It is won by the Spartacats, thrown behind, picked up there by Mounds View. They chip it to the right side. Torkelson with it, throws it up center. Carried out by Freihammer, picked up there by Brewski, and then challenged at center, chips the puck in the air, back towards the blue line, and back deep. Recovered behind the net there by Pressing, and the puck comes back to Keegan, throws it up towards the point, thrown on net, deflects off of a skate into the other corner. And the puck goes up towards the blue line, up to Brewski, who carries it out with possession. She goes through neutral, carries it, puts on the brakes, up towards Krebsbach, who threw it back deep. Couture in on the forecheck. The puck is thrown deep, and that should go far enough for an icing. Arm is up, and we get the whistle. 4:42 remaining in the third period. Back down, left offensive zone draw for the Mavericks forthcoming. .443 remaining. Face-off, one back. Battle along the boards there. Kenna chips it up towards the blue line, and then it's fired back in. And out of the zone as Krebsbach comes forward, sends the puck back in, but Mounds View was unable to get all of their players out before the puck entered. 4:22 remaining. One nothing. Face-off right in front of us. Won by Mounds View and controlled by Couture. She then lost it back to the D. Carried up with some speed, challenged there nicely, and thrown back out, and then back in with two players offsides and whistled. They'll come back out for a neutral zone face-off draw. Face-off won back cleanly by the Spartacats, but chipped out of the midair by Hendrickson, and then thrown back in by Freihammer. Gray in on the forecheck along with Freihammer. As the Spartacats looked to cycle it out, Hendrickson anticipated the play and intercepted the pass. Threw the puck back off her backhand where the Spartacats recover it, and now they gum up the works in the neutral zone and throw the puck back deep. It goes behind the Spartacats goalie, and Stella in on the forecheck creates a turnover. Hendrickson battling for it there. Possession thrown back towards the center, but it comes free as they carry it out. They throw it back towards the center. Hannah with a nice stick there to stick it to the corner. As she comes out, it bounces off the boards, held there at the blue line. Stella picks it up and forks it off her backhand and out, and then it's tossed back in and back out. Ping-ponging the puck in and out of the zone here. It's thrown up in the air as Kenna goes down for a retrieval. But the Spartacats won that race. It's bounced off the board, pressing in on the forecheck. It goes up over her stick. Krebsbach gains it, and she goes off her backhand, looking to get it out. Picked up there, D to D, and St. Denis picks it up there. She skates it back to the center and thrown up, out. Trussing lifted her skate to just let the puck exit. Krebsbach looking to retrieve as it's thrown back in. Backhand shot, stick to side, and picked up there by St. Denis. She goes behind the net, fires it, deflected down, and forechecked there, but poke checked away by Mounds View. Sticked down as it looked to get it towards the low slot. Pressing with the puck in her skates, gets it to the blue line. Mounds View gets it out of the zone as they battle along the Mounds View bench. Good poke there, and then sticked away, chipped up in the air by Brewski. She's pinned to the boards. They battle there. Freihammer came in to support, and it's tossed back out by Dreon. The puck goes down, but not far enough for an icing. 1:30 remaining as Mounds View gets the puck in. And stick to the side there by Bailey. Eleanor in on the challenge. Thrown back in front, sticked up by Kira. Empty net, and Kira will grab it and hold it with 1:12 remaining. And the Spartacats will take their timeout here with the net empty. 1:12 remaining in the third period. 1-0 is our score here for Mounds View. Spider-Man in the building today. And here we go, ready for another face-off. 1:12 remaining. Boostrom, Kenna on the dot, wins it back, rings it around behind to Keegan. She throws it up off the boards. Pressured there. Stick to the sides by Hendrickson. Challenge. Puck comes up in the air. Comes down low. Kira poked it away. 50 seconds remain. The puck goes to the corner. Comes around where it's picked up by Torkelson. She throws it towards the blue line. Kept in, but chipped out by Hendrickson. She does a nice job to just clear the zone as the puck is thrown back in from behind the red line. And we are going back down off an icing call. .5 seconds remaining. Face-off is won back by the Spartacats, but behind the net, held in by Krebsbach. She chips it. 25 seconds remaining. Brewski gets the puck, challenges it there, comes back up, out of the zone. St. Denis stick the puck away. They both go down. Thrown towards the net, but free. St. Denis challenging there. 7 seconds remaining. Steered to the corner by Freihammer. She pounds it up off the end boards, and that will end the time. Another shutout for Wright. Another shutout for Mounds View as they pull off a tight one, 1-0. 3 shutouts in 3 games for this Mounds View Mavericks. What a fun game that was. What a battle. 2 very closely matched teams. As they shake them up here, we will see you back here tomorrow morning bright and early for an 8:20 start against War Road for the 4th game in the Spartacat Spectacular here from Inver Grove Heights. Thanks for tuning in.